Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's Quick Bites webinar from Just2Easy. As you can see, my name is Paul Wright. I teach computing in 2 primary schools in Kingston upon Hull, just north of the River Humber, and I also work part-time for Just2Easy as an education consultant. So without further ado, let's have a look at today's agenda, which is all about j2webby and publishing pupils' work. And it'll be 15 minutes or thereabouts, and we will cover those points: submitting work and what you as a teacher need to do to get that work live on the web. And it is not onerous. It really isn't. So if anyone thinks you're generating an awful lot of workload and time, it's fine. Alistair from Just2Easy is also with me. He's manning the chat line. So if you have any questions as we go along, please send them to Alistair, and he will either answer them then or save them for a Q&A session at the end. Right, so if you are new to J2E, you'll find access to j2webby either via this menu item here or the j2webby button down there. Yours will almost certainly not be in the same place. I move mine around from time to time, but it will be on your desktop somewhere. So either way to access. And then when pupils log on, these are the toolbars from JIT5 and from J2E5. This is the publish icon that they will need to press to publish their work. Obviously, it should be fairly with the open and save. And there is a similar icon on J2 code, so they're looking for that. And we try and get the children to only press that button when a teacher or another adult has told them to publish their work. All right. So without further ado, let us show how the system works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into a different browser down here. And I have already logged on as a pupil. This is a test site that j2e let me tinker with, so plenty of work going around there. So I'm just going to go and get a piece of work. And up it comes, so it's already been saved. So the pupils will just need to press the publish button. The save icon, the publish icon will come up. They'll get this message, and it tells them that it'll be once a teacher has approved it. I usually take this opportunity to have a little e-safety chat with the pupils about why they can't publish directly to the web and why a teacher needs to approve it, and not leave all our e-safety for e-safety week. So it's a good opportunity to drip feed some e-safety in there. So they get that message and they're fine, and then they're done. They just have to wait for one of us to do something with it. So that's how it goes with JIT. What I will do now is I'll quickly log out of Grace's account and go back in as another pupil. Because if you're using JIT5, you have more options. So let's have a look at this nice piece of artwork that Oliver has done. So there we go. It's been saved as Mondrian. I'm going to get it to publish it now. Now it could go straight into the Key Stage 2, okay? They're the only classes that I've got. The classes will be set up for you, so if you've just done yours via year groups, that'll be fine. We'll have a look later on. But you as a teacher can create subcategories. So I've created a few here. So you can see here that's going to go into the art. And I think if you're going to be publishing quite a bit of pupils' work over the year, organising it into categories like that is quite handy. So I'm going to publish it to j2webby. And again, the message pops up, and then we're done. So that's 2 pupils' work published. So let's go and see what you need to do as a teacher. So I've already logged on. So here I go. So the way that I do it, I mean, I could go to j2webby, we'll look at that later on. You'll see here there is this moderate tile that is only visible to people with teacher rights. And it's telling me that I've got 7 pieces of work to moderate. Now you'll see every submission from every class, right? So, if you see lots, don't worry about it. When you click on that, you'll see here, it tells you which has gone into. So, and obviously in your school, you might have year 1, 2, 3, 4. So however your classes are set up, they will be down there. So I'm just going to go and have a look at that piece of artwork. Pardon me. And I have choices. There it is. Obviously, I can preview it and have a look and decide that, yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's good to go. So I can publish that work now. And there it's gone, and we can see it here. We go to the website, we go to class blogs, key stage 2. There is the art category that I've made, and I will come back and show you how to do that in a few minutes. And there is the work live online. You can see the post if you wish in greater detail. And if I wanted to make a comment, I can make a comment there. And again, any comments coming in about the work will need to be moderated by a teacher. So whether that's other pupils or parents who leave a comment, that will need to be moderated. I have to say that mostly parents don't comment, but you know, in case they do. So that's fine. So I'm just going to come back out. So I go back to J2. If I just refresh now, the numbers changed. So I've got 8 bits of work. So let's go and have a look. So I've got 4 from key stage 1. So let's go and see what's waiting for me. So there we go. So a preview of that. Okay, well, that's fine, but maybe I'm going to be a bit harsh and I'm not going to buy one. So that's off to the bin. So apologies, Nancy. So if something gets up there that you don't think should be there, that is your option as a teacher. We will leave J2 review because we'll run out of time, but that's just the assessment side of things that will pop up there, but I do that in a different way. So again, we can quickly see the preview, have a look at it. Yes, that's very Jackson Pollock-like, so we'll publish that one. Done straight away. I'm going to have a look at the website. Class blogs, key stage 1, and there we are. There is the work. There's some other work there. We see an example of a j2webby mix page. So you can put multi-page documents up there. Anything created in j2e5 and j2 code will arrive there. So that's how you go about it. Okay. If we click down on the dashboard, if we click on posts, which is an alternative way of going, but I tend to use the moderation dashboard. But now we can see there is other work up here. So we can think, well, let's look at this cycle vest. I'll preview that. Yeah, that looks absolutely fine. So I'm going to publish that. And again, that's gone live. Now, if you want to move a piece of work, so if it's gone into the wrong category, it's very easy to move it around. So I'm just going to pick on this Mondrian piece of work. I'm going to click here. Oops, my mistake. I'm going to click here. And I can see here, it's currently in the art category. If I just wanted to move it, I can untick the art, put it back into key stage 2 and update. So I can move my work around like that. All right, and that's how you move work from category to category. Okay, so that's publishing work and managing work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show teachers how you can create these categories down here. Now, I've had a little bit of a problem with this site, so I'm just going to log out of here and go onto the page of one of the schools that I work at, because I tested it earlier and it is working. So I'm going to sign out from there. I'll go to quickly log in. Right, so if I come to j2webby, we can see here, there are the blogs right up. You can see that some of them have their categories, their subcategories. But as we go through the year, the year 2s and down don't have that because they are just using JIT. Okay, so I'm going to go to the tools menu. Only teachers will see that. I'm going to go to the dashboard. And over here, I'm going to click on posts and then categories. So here are the ones that already existed. So the classes will be pre-populated. I've made these and I've done it this way. So I'm just going to quickly call this one test. And the parent category is the one that I want it to go underneath. So you can see here that in year 3, you have text and images. So I'll just quickly put the test one under the staff category. And if we go and look at the site, blogs, staff, there is the test. Obviously there's nothing in it because I've not posted anything to that. Okay, so what I will do now is I will come back to the dashboard, because anything you do is undoable. Back to posts, back to categories, and I'm just going to click on that one and I'll delete that. And there we are. So that is quickly managing categories. So as you can see here, we've started here with year 3 and with year 5. And in their next topic, we'll make another category for their work. Okay, so that is how to pupils publish work and how you as a teacher can manage them. This webinar will be published to this website, j2webby.com/news. You'll see here quick bites. There's one left before the end of term. And here we have previously recorded and published webinars. So if you've missed any of those, there they are. Okay, so all I need to do now is to ask Alistair if there have been any questions come in from today's participants.
Hi Paul, thanks for going through all of those details for us. Bloggy is one of my, j2webby and j2bloggy, one of my favourite tools of the whole suite, even though there are some fantastic other tools in there, because it's the one that really does get children an opportunity to showcase their work and get them really engaged and motivated by seeing feedback from each other on it as well. The question that I've got for you this afternoon, Paul, is if a teacher makes a mistake, obviously when you are clicking through a number of different blog posts and you're approving lots and lots of them, if you accidentally make a mistake and you put the wrong rung in there, could you just run through us again how somebody may want to delete a published post just in case they see something that shouldn't be
Sure,
there?
sure. Well, let's just take Oliver's work here. It's piece of painting that he's done. If you just need to click on the, well, you can click on it to look at it and see whether it's there. And there it is, it's in 1M. So if it's in the wrong class, for example, it shouldn't, because it should go from class to class, but I could untick it from there, put it into another class. I could, for some reason, put him in both classes, but that would seem odd. And as long as I click update, it'll move the work. Okay, you can see how I can add a category down here as well as doing it from over this side. More than one way to cook an egg. If I go to posts again, if it's not, if you look at it and think, well, that shouldn't be there, just click on the bin and it will bin it. But I won't do that now because it's quite a nice painting.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Paul. Really, really good and easy way to get out of jail with a very quick way of undoing a piece of work that shouldn't have been published if you don't want it there.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Alistair?
No, you're all good. Thanks ever so much for today's session, Paul. Much appreciated.
Okay. It just remains for me to say thank you very much for turning up this afternoon, and possibly see you in a webinar in the future. Thank you very much for your time, and goodbye.